Today's topic.
Good morning. How are you, sir? Deputy Snell with the Sampson County Sheriff's Office. You got your license and registration on you?
I do. Okay. All right, may I ask what the stop is for, sir?
I'll let you know as soon as you give me your ID. Who you work for there? Your shirt.
Delmar Oil Company.
Delmar Oil Company?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long you been there?
May I ask why that is?
Well, I'm just talking, Jim. I see your shirt there. I'm just asking.
Pro tip: if it has nothing to do with this stop, don't tell them nothing. Don't give them any information because they can use that to incriminate you.
Is it wrong to ask you questions about where you work?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what that has to do with the stop.
Okay. All right. Well, if you don't want, just casual conversation, that's fine.
Since
I got you stopped there, you're driving 65, and you speed limit 70. I'm just wondering what's wrong. I mean.
Is it illegal to drive under the speed limit?
No, it's not. Even when you're on the highway, the speed limit is 100, and that's kilometers per hour. So 60, right? And 100, and the minimum is 60. So even if you're on the highway, the maximum you can drive legally without getting a ticket is 100. The maximum is 100. The minimum is 60. Only in that instance. If you're on the highway and you're driving 50, they're going to stop you and they're going to be like, what are you doing? Because you're being dangerous because of the flow. Okay. Other than that, if it's 70 and I'm driving 65, that's not illegal. But I've been stopped because of that and they think it's suspicious. Why are you not driving? It's just bullshit, man. In here, they changed the way they stop you. First, it was like, well, it's a routine check. It was a routine check. And then we started making some noise because, what is all these routine checks? Nobody gets with the routine check. Now they changed it. They stopped me because the car is under my wife's name. Well, the vehicle doesn't match the driver. Really? You're telling me that you're stopping everybody that it doesn't match? Man, get the fuck out of here with your bull.
Are you okay?
Other than...
you okay? You ain't
traveling 5 miles below the speed limit.
Yes, sir. I'm just checking on you. That's all I'm doing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You good?
I'm great.
Awesome.
How are you?
I'm doing better than I deserve. Where are you coming from now?
And this is standard. When I get stopped, this is standard. So all the white people that are watching me are like, "Yo, what is going?" This is standard. That's how they act, and they ask a bunch of questions like that. It's standard. At some point they made me get out of my car and search my car. 3 cop cars. So imagine that you're going somewhere, okay? You're on your way somewhere. You're driving the speed limit because you got time, you're all right. But every time you drive in a month, 5 times a month, this is what you go through. And it's not just, hey, let me see your license and registration, I'll be back. It's all them dumb ass questions. Every time. At some point, you're going to get pissed off. At some point, you're going to be like, what is wrong? That's why we're pissed off. Yeah, but you have to answer the questions every time we drive.
Can I be honest with you, bro? That's why I love living in this city. Because there's so much good public transport I can take. I can avoid a lot of that bullshit.
Fair.
I don't need a car living here. Fair. I don't need a car living anywhere in this area.
Your family's not here. My family lives out of town. My sister lives 30 minutes out of here.
Yeah.
35 minutes out of here.
You gotta drive.
My mom lives 30 minutes out of here. My wife's people, they live an hour and 45 minutes out of here. I gotta drive. And I got like contracts here and there and everything. So I'm working around the city. And when I was a bouncer, I was working in the city. So I have to drive. The transport, not so good at night. Right? So every time you drive, it's these questions.
Right.
Like you did something.
And this is not hearsay.
Hold on. And the men didn't do anything illegal.
Even according to the officer.
Let's put that in context. And then you're asking all these questions. Where do you work at? Where are you going? Where are you coming from? What is going on? Are you doing okay? Are you good?
But if you didn't do anything, you shouldn't be mad.
Listen, 5 times a month is a lot. And eventually what happened, it takes a toll on you. And the thing that happened as well is that I'm going places, and if I get late, I can't always tell to the people, yeah, I got stopped again. They're going to look at you funny. Like the people that don't get stopped and don't understand what is going on, they're like, oh, he got stopped again, so he must do something fucked up. And that is not the case.
Where am I coming from?
Yes, sir.
Goldsboro.
Goldsboro. Is that where the office is?
I'm trying to understand what's the relation.
Do what?
I'm trying to understand the relation to the traffic stop.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out where you're coming from, where you're going, mess like that.
Do I have to identify where I'm traveling to and from during the traffic
All right,
stop?
hang tight here just a minute, buddy.
I don't understand. Like, what the f- is going on? Like, you telling me I gotta identify to you where I going to and coming from? Like, that don't make sense, bro. What the f- is you talking about, bro? And I'm really about to record that boy. Like, yeah, like, and then in here, bro, ain't nothing in here, so I'm not worried about that. But this is ridiculous, man. I'm tired of it. Every time I come down here, them boys do that. Every time I come down, and then I could have tell how he jumped behind me. Like, bro, you tripping? You tripping, my nigga? Like, you tripping, dog? Word, this man wrote me a ticket, bro. Like, what could you possibly have wrote me a ticket for? Yes, sir.
Videos there. This here's a warning, okay?
A warning. For what?
Because he was talking. They don't like when you talk. They don't like when you talk back. They don't like when you reply.
Go ahead.
They don't like when you say something, when you refute what they're saying because they're making no sense. They hate that. So they will try to give you a ticket for whatever. It's the ego talking. They love to do that. They absolutely love to do that shit. When you start talking and you prove them wrong on something, they hate that. When the camera is rolling, they hate that. But I have to have some proofs. It's my safety. They hate it when you talk back to them. They hate it. They hate all of that. So yeah, they're gonna give you a warning. Absolutely.
No court date, no fine, nothing like that. You can throw this paper away when you get to the house. Ain't nothing to really worry about, all right?
Okay, what was the warning for?
All right. Have a good day, all
What
right?
was the warning for, sir? I'm trying to understand what the warning is for.
It's for traveling under the speed limit, okay?
What, and how
You were
fast did you
traveling.
say?
It's what you say is kind of suspicious to travel under the speed limit when the speed limit is 70.
Well, from my perspective,
Sir,
I was traveling at 60,
I'm not.
about
Listen,
68.
I'm not going to argue. I got stuff to do, okay? Have a
I
good day.
did too when you stopped
Hey,
me, so I'm trying to
hey,
understand. I'm trying
have
to,
a good
so I don't
morning.
make the same infraction. I'm trying to understand it.
And they do that. They drop that and they leave because they can. This is just normal to me. That's what they do. That is just really what they do. So I'm not really surprised about this. None of it. But I want you to see this video just so that people that don't understand the perspective and why we're so pissed off about this is it's time consuming. And now he has a warning. Do you understand when that happens? No, he doesn't have to go to court. No, he doesn't have to pay any tickets. He doesn't have to pay any fine or anything like that. He doesn't. But that is on record. And depending on the city where you are, that record can last between a week and 3. So whenever I'm driving, other cops are ringing the plate and they see there's a warning. They actually see that there's a warning, depending on where you at.
So what does that warning do to the cops?
It's not. It raises more suspicion. So whenever like you drive 5 or 3 under the speed limit, they're gonna be like, you know what? There's something wrong with this guy. It adds more suspicion to whatever he's doing when there's no suspicion at all. And whenever they drive, and they know they're wrong, they skedaddle real quick because they know they're wrong. They know they ain't got nothing to do. Listen, that's what happens. This is the norm of what we go through. The number of questions that we have like that is the norm. The absolute norm. So imagine I'm getting stopped because I didn't do nothing and I'm getting asked all these questions every time I'm getting stopped, and I'm getting stopped sometimes 5 times a month. 5 times a month. People don't understand. It's like sometimes I got stuck with other people in my car and they started recording. It's like, why are you recording? I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up and let me do me. People don't know. They don't understand the extent of it. But that is the norm. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna say something a bit up. That police officer had, he was questions. He would have been dumb about it, but he didn't have extra attitude. Some of you cops have that extra attitude when you come because you know what the fuck you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know it's gonna get people irate, and you do that. You keep doing that. You know you're wrong. You damn well know you're wrong, and that's why I have a problem with y'all. Your partner ain't gonna say shit. He doesn't say nothing. Ever. What, he's gonna say something when he's in the car? Listen, the warning is already made. The warning is already put on the car and on the license plate. The damage is done. I'm already late. It's done. If you say something in your car, it's done. I don't care. He's not gonna care either. Call him on the spot when they're about to stop you. That's where you should talk and say something about it. That's why I hate this. That's just norm. That's just the norm. That ain't nothing. So you have to understand what it is and what we go through, and this is what it is.
And before any of you come out and say, oh, why do you guys bring up race in this? Listen, where we live, there's a study that came out and it proved the fact that officers stop black people at much higher rates than they do whites for traffic stops when no ticket is given. This is not hearsay. These are the police's own studies. They've acknowledged this. So for you to be there and be like, well, it's not a real thing. No, it's a thing. This kind of bias does exist. They saw this dude in that car and they made that choice for driving under the speed limit.
Not tremendously under the speed limit.
5
5 under the speed limit. If you don't get the fuck out of here with your shit,